Yes, welcome back to Gino King Boxing. Yes, we are back. Gino King Boxing once again. We got a lot of great fights coming up. We got a lot of great potential fights coming up. And man, I'm just ready to see these guys get it on. Ready to see these guys get in the ring and battle and see who's the best at what they do. Man, one of the potential fights that could possibly happen in 2024 could be Terrence Crawford versus Tszyu. There's been a lot of talk lately about these two fighting at 154 if Earl Spence doesn't fight Terrence Crawford in the rematch. I think this will be a great opportunity for Crawford and Tszyu. Crawford to move up to 154 and Tszyu to finally fight a huge name in Terrence Crawford and to show his skills off. Terrence Crawford, he wants to fight Canelo Alvarez. I think this will be a good test for him at 154. I don't think he should go straight up to 168 and fight Canelo Alvarez. I think he needs to ease up a little bit into the weight to fight Canelo Alvarez. And I think this right here will be the perfect opponent to do that against. Tszyu, what can you say? Good fighter. He's definitely showed himself. He's 24-0, especially with that knockout of Tony Harrison. He beat Brian Mendoza last week, unanimous decision. Tony Harris, he beat him, I believe, back in March, which Tony Harris was a game opponent. Knocked him out, TKO. Tszyu has a pretty good resume. You know, he has good fighters on his resume. I believe he beat Jeff Horn here a few years back. Beat Jeff Horn pretty handily. So yeah, I think that would be a great matchup for these two guys to go up against each other. Terrence Crawford versus Tszyu. My opinion on the fight, I think Terrence Crawford would come out victorious over Tszyu. Even though Tszyu has an arsenal of tricks in his bag, I just think Terrence Crawford has more tricks in his bag. The only advantage I think Tszyu will possibly have would be the fact that he's already a 154-pounder. He's already proven in that weight class. He's been there for a while. This will be a first fight for Terrence Crawford to move up and fight at 154 against a game opponent, undefeated opponent, 24-0. Tszyu, which Crawford is 40-0. I think this will be a great matchup. This will be a great fight. Tszyu, his name isn't huge, of course, like the big names, but that doesn't mean he's not a good fighter. Tszyu is definitely a good game fighter. You know, people always go off of popularity and who has the biggest name. Man, come on. It's guys in the boxing gym right now you probably never heard of can get out there and throw with some of the greats right now. So, you know, it's just, you never heard of him. That's it. You know, but Tszyu versus Terrence Crawford, I think that should be a fight that should go down in 2024. If the rematch between Crawford and Earl Spence doesn't happen next, this should be the fight to go to. They're still in negotiations about the rematch with Crawford and Spence. You know, I don't know what are the dates for it. I've been hearing February, but, you know, I heard something else last week. So it might not go down. But if it doesn't go down, soon. I would say possibly March. March, Crawford, Tszyu, great matchup. Then that'll give Earl Spence a little time to get his skill set up and possibly get that rematch back in summer of 2024 in Las Vegas. Tszyu, guy has a great jab. Well, it's decent. Let's say that. He has a decent jab. He has good defense. I was really surprised on his defense at watching some of his fights. Good head movement, great body shots, great punch placement where he places his shots at. Yeah, he's up there with you know, top dogs. He also put a hit list out here recently with Jermell Charlo, Terrence Crawford, and Canelo Alvarez with their names on it. You know, so I guess that's his hit list: Charlo, Crawford, Canelo. Charlo, they could possibly fight, but I'll be honest, I really don't want to see Jermell Charlo fight anymore. His performance against Canelo was definitely lackluster. Lost a little respect for him. I still think he's a decent fighter. It's just, you know, who wants to see Charlo fight again? Nobody's. You know, I like watching fighters with great skills that are amazing in the ring. You know, guys like Crawford, guys like Floyd Mayweather, guys like Spence. Spence is amazing at what he does, you know, pressing the action, you know, so, yeah. So I think the Crawford fight for Tszyu, that will be his best opponent and the most realistic fight for him. So we definitely want to see that. Crawford, what can you say? Exceptional fighter. I think he would beat Tszyu in every category as far as strength, as far as speed, fast, stamina, power. I think Crawford has him beat in every category. That's why I believe Crawford would be victorious if these two were to battle and get in the ring. But hey, this is Gino King Boxing. You guys let me know what y'all think about this potential upcoming matchup between Terrence Crawford versus Tszyu. I think this will be an outstanding fight. Both of these guys are warriors. Tszyu is definitely a game opponent and shouldn't be looked over. He's been doing his thing. So yeah, you guys let me know in the comment section. Y'all press that subscribe button, press that like button. This is Gino King Boxing, and I'm out.